Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. And I'm going to say double honors to my teachers. I want to give double honors to my teachers, the head apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule and teach well, who I learned this truth from. And peace and salutations to the elect that are scattered across the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing this truth in sincerity and meekness without wavering, as well as risking their life and freedom to do so, as commanded by Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Badash. And Shalom to the Israelite foreigner, the speckled bird scattered amongst the heathen that look like the heathen. This is your brother Aishayar from the GMS Cleveland Church, back with another lesson, and Lord willing, it is edifying to one of the Lord's elect. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Once again, Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh means He is, He exists. And His only begotten Son's name, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His true name is Yahweh Shai, which means He is the deliverer, He is salvation, and that is to the nation of Israel only, starting with the elect. And the nation of Israel today will be you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Seminole Native American Indians, and Negroid, Haitians, Jamaicans, so-called Mexicans, and those that are scattered amongst our people that are of Negroid and Indian descent by the seed of the Father. All right, and as you see on the screen, it's a screenshot of, and it says, birth control pills for men just passed their first human safety trial. And experts say they plan to be available on shelves by the end of the decade, which the end of the decade will be 2029, man. All right, and Lord willing, this place is up in smoke and obliterated before 2029, man. All right, why is that? Because this place pushes wickedness, it pushes degeneracy. All right, it pushes you to go against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And this is what the rulers of the United States of America, okay, and the rest of the planet Earth are doing. They're going against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, and they're doing their own thing, okay. And when I say they, I'm talking about the Edomites, so-called white race, specifically the international banking families, man. Starting with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, okay? The rich elite banking families, the rich elite Edomite families that control the entire planet Earth. They're the ones that's striving against their maker, okay? It says that in the book of what is it? In the book, I think it's the book of Isaiah, I'm thinking of 29, I believe 29. And in verse 16, because this is what the so-called white man is doing. He's changing the ordinances that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai set up. And one of those ordinances was for men, not only Israelite men, but men of every nation that the Heavenly Father created, which are 18 nations. Men who were supposed to be, they were given the commandment, and that commandment was to be fruitful and to multiply. And what this birth control does is stops your ability to produce children. Okay, and this is why, and this is not medical advice. No, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a licensed doctor or anything. This is not medical advice at all. Okay, just throwing that out there. Okay, and I'm not even gonna speak on it that much. You know, I'm gonna close out after I grab a couple precepts. But nevertheless, the point is that this devil, he doesn't want the world to continue to populate, specifically the Israelites, because when you read the book of Exodus, right, specifically around the 1st and 2nd chapter, when hard bondage was put upon the Israelites, what happened? They kept creating children. Okay, they kept creating children. They went into Egypt, 70 souls, and they left for over 100,000. Okay, and that put the fear among these heathen nations, man. And it's doing that to this day. Jake is, when I say Jake, I'm talking about the Israelite man, starting with the so-called Negro, which is the tribe of Judah. They are fruitful people. When you go into the word Ephraim in the Hebrew, Aparium, it means I am fruitful. Showing you that the so-called Puerto Ricans are Israelites because they have multiple women, multiple children by these women. Okay, and so does the rest of the tribes. Okay, this is why you see Jake, the so-called black man, with multiple baby mamas. Okay, why is that? Because it's in their spirit to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. It's this devil that has a problem with the Israelites following the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. This is why the Lord is going to destroy this place. But nevertheless, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. And who's turned the world upside down? The Edomites, the rich elite banking families. These are the ones that had on the Georgia Guidestones reduced population to around 500 million. Okay, showing you that they don't want billions of people on the planet Earth, which the Heavenly Father, He does. Okay, He created the earth to be inhabited, right? Isaiah the 45th chapter, right? And did He not say that Abraham's seed was going to be as the stars of heaven and as the sands of the sea? Okay, but Esau is trying to stop that, and this is what that's why the Heavenly Father is going to destroy this place. Okay, and rightfully so. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah 29 and 16 again. Surely your turning things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding? And that's what Esau Edom is doing. Okay, he see how the Heavenly Father set things up, and he has the power of the earth in his hands right now. And guess what he's doing? He's reshifting and reshaping the world after his image. Remember, the angels, right? When you go into the word God in the book of Genesis, the first chapter, when it says, and God said, right, be fruitful and multiply. The word God in the Hebrew is Elohim, which means powers. Which the powers are who? The angels, starting with Yahweh Shai, then 144,000. Esau is putting himself in that position and saying he's going to recreate according to his ordinances, man. Okay, and his ordinances is to wipe out majority of the planet Earth and leave 500 million people here, man. Okay, and those 500 million people here that's left on the planet Earth are going to be tagged with a subdermal implantable device where you're going to be tracked and controlled, and you're going to be treated as a pet, an animal. The small hatch, the ish people that claim to be the true people of the Bible, they call the heathens goyim, which means cattle, and that's how they look at you, man. They don't want their cat. They're tired of their cattle repopulating, man. Like fucking hamsters, you keep populating, you keep producing, you keep producing children. He's tired of that shit, man. Okay, because you have something called the Methuselah. I think it's called Methuselah theory, where it's not enough resources on the planet Earth to feed the amount of people. So what they want to do is wipe out majority of planet Earth, and this is one of the ways of doing it. Is this right here? This is why the Israelite woman, the so-called black woman, okay, she's physically destroyed, and she's barely able to have any children because she's trusted in this man's. When I say this man's, I'm talking about Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. She has trusted in his God, which is what? Science. What science means to know what? Okay, to know how to fucking destroy society, man, and world civilization, man. And this is why the Lord is going to take this man out, okay, because it's a commandment for us to be fruitful and multiply. Now I'm going to just type in fruitful in the 1611. And as you see, Genesis 1:21. And God is Elohim, blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters in the seas and let fowl multiply in the earth. Right? This is talking about the animals. Now, this one, when you go read 28, it's talking about who? It's talking about the sons of God, because he gave commandment to who? The angels gave the commandments to a certain group of people out of the Adamites, which will be later turned into the sons of God. And he told them what? And the Elohim blessed them, and the Elohim said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. So our commandment was to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Esau is not replenishing the earth, okay? He's actually destroying the earth, okay? So I'm gonna go get some more. As you see, Genesis 9th chapter, 1st verse. I gotta get gas. Salakia. It says, and the Elohim blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And that's what that's the point, okay? We are to be fruitful and multiply, but under this devil's captivity, we're not able to do that, because not only does he have concoctions out here to stop you from reproducing, he's also putting it in the food and the water and all sorts of other things, man. The air, okay? This is why the Lord has to take this man out, man. Because if it was up to Esau, Edom, there would be no flesh left to be saved, man. All right, so I'm gonna close out. Lord willing, this is edifying to one of the Lord's elect. I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash, and double honor to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to the elect. I'm gonna say, Kwam Yashar Allah, Shalom.